What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, guys, so we are going to continue our coverage over Red Robin, and we pick up with Volume 3. Now, when it comes to Volume 3, it does contain Red Robin number 9, 10, 11, and 12, and also Batgirl number 8 for one good reason. Now, when it comes to Volume 3, it's all about the idea that now you're going to have Red Robin fight against the League of Assassins, against Raja Ghul. Now, the reason why he is doing this, because remember, at the end of Volume 2, Red Robin did work with Raja Ghul to find any kind of evidence to prove that Bruce Wayne is still alive, but at the same time, though, he did use the computer system of the League of Assassins to hurt them pretty bad in all their different locations around the world. And so right now, this is Raja Ghul saying, okay, listen, I try to help you and you try to shut me down. And now it's time for me to get revenge. I'm going back to Gotham and I'm going after every single person you care for. And so this is what Volume 3 is all about. Red Robin right now trying to protect the people he cares for in Gotham City. At the same time, dealing with some love problems as well. And so when it comes to Red Robin number 9, we actually do see Red Robin right now coming back to Gotham for the first time. Now remember, he left Gotham because he went around the world to look for any kind of evidence to prove that Bruce Wayne is still alive. At the same time, though, he was technically fired as Robin by Dick Grayson, because when Dick Grayson became Batman, Dick felt like it would be better for Damian to become Robin to kind of teach Damian some lessons about being a hero. And so, of course, Tim was fired, and Tim said, you know what, call me Red Robin. He left Gotham and began to travel around the world. And so this is him right now coming back to Gotham. Now, when he does come back to Gotham, Gotham has no idea that his code name is Red Robin because he took that name up on his way out of Gotham. And so, of course, when he does come back to Gotham, he's going after a bad guy known as Killer Moth. Now, when it comes to Killer Moth, he's one of those D-list characters where a lot of fans know of and care for a lot. And most times he is used as a way to move a plot line along. Now, he does have some crucial storylines in the past, but for right now, again, he's just here to move the plot line along, because it's Red Robin coming back and taking down someone who is easy to take down. But on top of that, you have Killer Moth freaking out. And the reason why I'm saying that, because he's asking Red Robin, are you with the Atom? Are you with him? Because if you are, please leave me alone. Do not take me to him. All I want to do is leave Gotham. And that right there tells us something else is going on right now in Gotham City. Now, after he was able to take down Killer Moth, you then have Red Robin go back to his secret base he had before he left Gotham to go find evidence for Bruce Wayne. Now, with that being said, when he does go back to his secret base, he does run into Tam Fox. Now, remember, Tam Fox is the daughter of Lucius Fox, but she was assigned by her father to bring Tim Drake back to Gotham. Now, we had no idea why he wanted Tim Drake so bad back in Gotham. But matter of fact, in this storyline right here, we're going to learn why in the world that Lucius wanted Tim back here in Gotham so bad for. But right now, it's the two of them kind of trying to figure out what they are, because at the end of Volume 2, when Red Robin was able to save her from the League of Assassins, they kissed. And of course, kind of like, can they be a couple again? Or not again, but can they be a couple, or will they go their separate ways? Now, here's the thing though. She does remind Red Robin, listen, the reason why I was out there looking for you because my dad wants you. And since you're back in Gotham, it's about time for us to go pay him a visit. And so, of course, we do see Tam actually take Tim over to Wayne Tower to meet her father, Lucius. Except as soon as they arrive, Tim was able to actually sneak away from her and, of course, change into his Red Robin outfit and goes around the city. Now, the reason why he did that, because this is right now Tim thinking, what should be his next move? Because right now he knows Bruce is still alive. The question is, though, how to save Bruce, because right now Bruce is stuck in the past somewhere. Now, with that being said, though, you have Tim right now technically saying, hey, you know what? I'll go to Alfred, because Alfred deserves to know that Bruce is alive, because Bruce is like a son to Alfred. Now, while you have Tim thinking about that, well, that is the moment where he's actually confronted by no other than Superboy. And this is actually pretty important. But then we jump over to Vicky Vale. Now, when we do, this is actually Vicky Vale right now trying to figure out what in the world is going on with Bruce Wayne. And what I mean by that is, after Final Crisis, the world kind of found out that Batman was quote unquote dead. But at the same time though, Bruce Wayne, quotation marks, had disappeared, and no one knew where in the world Bruce Wayne was at. And so of course right now, when Bruce Wayne came back, she's kind of like, what in the world, where have you been? Now this is not actually Bruce Wayne, because right now, the real Bruce Wayne is stuck in the past right now, and the heroes are trying to figure out where in the past. But when it comes to this fake Bruce Wayne, we have to remember this is Hush, because thanks to Heart of Hush and also Street of Gotham storylines, you had Hush pretend to be Bruce Wayne to the point where technically you have the Wayne family using him as a way to trick the world to believing that Bruce Wayne is back in Gotham City. And that right there is kind of good, because now you don't have the world no longer believing that Bruce is Batman. But the problem is though, when it comes to Hush, he did have access to all the different kind of money that Bruce Wayne had, and he was spending that money. And so of course you have Vicky right now wondering why in the world its behavior had changed. Now on top of that, she's wondering why hasn't Bruce got married yet? Here's the thing. She's also kind of like, you didn't get married. It seems like you're a family man. And matter of fact, you adopted 2 boys. Wait a second. Where is your youngest child, Tim? Because word on the street is he's been missing for a few months, which honestly is true. And you have Hush right now kind of pretend he has no idea, or technically says, you know what, I think he's away right now studying, but don't worry, Tim is okay. And we do get another page for Tam Fox to kind of show us that she will be somewhat important for this storyline, because right now you have her getting in a taxi, but she's also thinking of Tim Drake. More in a kind of, I like him, but at the same time, I'm very upset with him because he was supposed to come with me to meet my father and he just left me out and dry. And so of course right now she's kind of like, I'm mad at him, but I still kind of have feelings for him. But then we jump back over to Tim Drake and also, of course, Connor Kent. Now, when we do, it's technically right now, Connor Kent kind of happy to see Tim Drake. Now, the reason why this is so important, because in the 2000s, a lot of different things happened to DC Comics, but one of those things was the death of Connor Kent. Now, by this point, of course, he came back to life. At the same time, Bart Allen died as well and also came back to life as well. But for Tim, the last time he ran into Connor Kent, right before this moment, he was kind of dark and scary, because Tim was so focused on finding any kind of evidence to prove that Bruce was still alive that technically he was kind of rude to different people who just wanted to be there for him. But now, because he has evidence to prove that Bruce is still alive, you have Tim more happy than sad, more light than dark. And so of course he hugs his best friend Connor, because Connor died. That was hard for Tim Drake. That was his best friend. Bart also died, another close friend of his. And so right now he's kind of like, this is great that you are alive again, and so is Bart. Now Connor realized if Tim is happy now, that means Tim found something that could bring Bruce Wayne back to life. And of course you have Tim say yes, but he says, let me continue to work on this before I am able to bring more people in this case. And of course Connor agrees and he flies off. Now that is the moment where you actually do have Tim be contacted by Ra's al Ghul. And this is Ra's al Ghul saying, don't forget what I told you in the last storyline. I told you that I'm coming after every single person you care for. And so because of that right there, I'm telling you, I'm back in Gotham and I'm about to begin my game plan and go after every single person you care for and love. Now, of course, Tim freaks out because he believes that first Ra's al Ghul would go after Alfred. It makes the most sense because Alfred is the easiest target. And so, of course, you have Tim say, okay, let me go over to the Batcave. Now, at this point in DC Comics, Dick, also Damien and Alfred, they're no longer in the Batcave because they have moved to the penthouse and built a new Batcave right underneath their penthouse. And so of course this is technically the abandoned Batcave, just a backup Batcave. And so of course you have Tim go over there and he does try to find Alfred, Dick, and Damien, and he is very worried about them, except when he does get into the Batcave, well, he is confronted by Stephanie Brown, and by this point she had just became the new Batgirl of DC Comics. And part 2 of this storyline actually does pick up in Batgirl number 8. The rest of the storyline does continue on in Red Robin series, but part 2, only part 2, is in Batgirl series. Now, when it comes to Batgirl number 8, the reason why they're doing this because Stephanie Brown and also Red Robin, they have a long history with one another. They're off and on relationship. But on top of that, when it came to Stephanie Brown, around this point in DC Comics, she was Batgirl. Like, she was literally just introduced as Batgirl 7 books ago before this one. And it was kind of huge at that time for DC Comics. But the thing is though, when she became Batgirl, Red Robin, Tim, he left. He left Gotham to go find evidence to prove that Bruce was still alive. And so of course he had no idea that technically Stephanie is no longer, spoiler, that now she's actually Batgirl. And so when he does arrive in the Batcave looking for Dick and also Damien, he finds her. And of course she has no idea that technically he's no longer Robin, or well actually she did know that he is no longer Robin. It's just that she had no idea that technically he's going by Red Robin. And so this is their first time seeing each other with their new names. And so then we actually see that when it comes to Tim and Stephanie, they're technically at odds with one another. And the reason why, because when it comes to Tim, he knows that Stephanie faked her death a couple years ago. And that right there really did bother him a lot because he cared for her. And to hear that she died, it broke him. But then finding out that she had faked her death as a way to get to Batman, that really bothered him. On top of that as well, when it came to Stephanie, honestly, she was not the biggest supporter when it came to Tim saying, I believe that Bruce Wayne is still alive and I need to find evidence. She's kind of like, no, Bruce is dead, move on. She did not support him, and so of course that is another reason why homeboy technically doesn't really trust her or like her. And on top of that, he feels like she is not a great hero. Either way right now, you have Tim say, listen, I need to find everyone because right now Ra's al Ghul is trying to kill everybody I care for off just like that. Now that is the moment where you have the computer, the Bat computer, tell Tim that right now someone is trying to hack into the computer system that belongs to a clinic. And of course that clinic belongs to Leslie Tompkins, a close friend of Bruce Wayne, a close ally to Bruce Wayne, and also Tim and Stephanie. And so you have Tim wondering if the League of Assassins are right now trying to hack into her computer to find Leslie to basically kill her off. And so you have Tim and also Stephanie leave to go to her clinic to hopefully stop the League of Assassins, but to also protect Leslie as well. And so that is the moment where you do see our heroes actually go over to the clinic that belongs to Leslie Tompkins. Now, when they do arrive, of course, they're wondering why in the world are the ninjas right now trying to hack into her computer. And we kind of find out that they were trying to hack into her computer to access her patient files. Now, of course, our heroes have no idea why in the world these ninjas were trying to do that for. Now, here's the thing though, because you also have Tim say, one of the ninjas told him that Leslie is the first. Now, of course, that could mean that she is the first target, but there are many targets the League could be going after. Of course, that means Lucius Fox, Alfred, Damien, Dick, and the list goes on and on and on. But right now, they have to find Leslie because if she is the first target, that means a group of assassins are right now on their way to hunt her down to kill her off first. Now, while our heroes are on their way right now to where Leslie could be at, of course, you do have Stephanie try to call up Oracle to warn her what's happening right now in Gotham City. Now, here's the thing though, because right now, when it comes to Stephanie, she is unable to actually reach Oracle. And the reason why, because somehow or some way, somebody was able to block all kinds of communication with technology just like that. Now, of course, we know it has to be the League of Assassins to make things harder for, of course, Tim and the Bat family. Either way, you have Tim and Stephanie say, listen, we know where Leslie is at right now. Apparently, she's right now at some kind of party. And so we have to get there to basically protect her. And that leads us into the next section where you do have Tim and Stephanie actually arrive at the party. Now, of course, with Tim being a Wayne by this point in DC Comics, because he was adopted by, of course, Bruce Wayne, you actually have Tim right now being able to get him and also Stephanie inside the party. And of course, it's a way to stay close to Leslie to make sure that nothing happens to her. Now, Leslie knows that Tim Drake is, of course, Robin, or Red Robin, and she also knows that Stephanie Brown is currently Batgirl. And so, of course, when Stephanie finds her at the party, you have Stephanie tell her, we have to get you out of here. And the reason why, because right now, the League of Assassins are coming after you. Of course, we have no idea why. Now, technically, we know why, but Stephanie Brown and Leslie, they have no idea why. Because Tim has not told Stephanie nor Leslie about the idea that technically he had ticked off Ra's al Ghul. And right now, it's Ra's al Ghul trying to come after people in the Bat family who are close to him. And so right now, it's Tim saying, I don't know why they're coming after you, but let's go ahead and get you out of here because right now, they're on their way. And of course, they do appear. And of course, it does lead to a battle between Tim and Stephanie against the ninjas who belong to the League of Assassins. Now, when it comes to this battle, it does go on for a few pages, but our heroes were able to actually defeat them. At the same time, Leslie is okay and not harmed at all. Now, after they were able to actually protect Leslie, you did have our two heroes change back into their superhero costumes. So, of course, Red Robin and, of course, Batgirl. Now, here's the thing, though, because right after that, this begins the love problems for Tim Drake. Because Tim still has feelings for Tim and wondering what to do with that right there. But the problem is, though, Stephanie is that ex that just keeps coming back over and over and over again. And so right now, here she is, and it seems like the two characters are beginning the process of about to kiss one another. And the reason why, because when they were fighting together to protect Leslie, it reminded them of old times when she was Spoiler and he was Robin. And now here they are, they have grown up, but at the same time, they have taken on new mantles, but also it seems like the flames are still there for one another. Like Tim still cares a lot for Stephanie and Stephanie cares a lot for Tim. And so it seems like they're about to kiss. Unfortunately though, they do not kiss because that is the moment where you have Prue appear. And remember, Prue is actually part of the League of Assassins. And it seems like right now she's here to kill Stephanie or kill Tim. And really, it could be Stephanie because, remember, Ra's al Ghul said, I'm coming after everybody in the Bat family. And so it seems like Prue could have been assigned to kill off Stephanie as a way to get to Tim. And so then we get into the third chapter of the storyline. Now, when we do, it is Red Robin number 10, but we actually pick up a Prue right now pulling a gun out on Stephanie Brown. Now, this is actually huge because even though Prue does work for the League of Assassins, we also have to remember that she did work very close to Tim Drake in Volume 1 and Volume 2 of this Red Robin series because she was one of the assassins that did help him try to find any kind of evidence to prove that Bruce Wayne is still alive. Now, that right there is actually very important because she actually did grow a bond with Tim. Now, it wasn't a bond where it's kind of like, oh my God, she might like him. It's more of kind of like she realized that Tim is a great person. But it seems like because she's part of the League of Assassins, which means that she does work for Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul told her, your target is Stephanie Brown, the ex-girlfriend of Tim Drake, as a way to hurt him if we do kill her off. And of course she does say, I was assigned to kill her off, to kill off Stephanie. That is why I'm here right now. Now, of course, you do have Stephanie being able to take down Prue, but right after she does that, you didn't have Prue say, listen, you may have mistaken, but I'm actually here to help you out, Tim. Now, this is actually pretty important because it shows that Tim is able to change a person, to make them a better person. And so right now, it's her saying, being around you made me realize that I could be a better person, that I actually do care for you as a close friend kind of way. And so technically right now, I'm on your side. Then we jump over to Vicky Vale. Now, when we do, is her actually right now going back over to Wayne Manor. Now, when she does go over to Wayne Manor, she is confronted by Alfred. Now, the reason why she's here again at Wayne Manor is because she knows that something is going on right now with Bruce Wayne and his family. And so it's up to her to figure out what in the world is going on. And so right now, she is coming after Tim Drake because she feels like Tim Drake is actually hiding something very important, or could explain why in the world he was gone for such a period of time. Once she's able to figure out what in the world is going on with Tim Drake, that might give her more clues about Bruce and the rest of the Bat family. And so of course you do have her right now asking Alfred at Wayne Manor, can I talk to Tim? And you have Alfred say, Tim is not here. Tim went on vacation or studying somewhere in the world right now. And of course, Alfred has no idea that technically right now, Tim is back in Gotham. But either way though, it's right now Alfred saying, Vicky is up to something. And we have no idea what. But then we actually pick up with Ra's al Ghul. Now when we do, is Ra's al Ghul right now technically going after Hush, because Ra's al Ghul knows that Hush is right now pretending to be Bruce Wayne, that this is not the real Bruce Wayne. And matter of fact, he has a certain kind of task for Hush to actually accomplish. And so right now you have Ra's al Ghul saying, oh, you are definitely coming with me. But then we jump back over to Red Robin and also Stephanie Brown. Now when we do, it is technically right now the two characters talking about the idea of what Red Robin did in Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is where Stephanie learns everything about Tim Drake, including this storyline right here. And with the idea of Ra's al Ghul right now going after the different members of the Bat family. Now she is very upset with him because kind of like, look at what you did. You went all dark and crazy, and now you put your friends and family in danger. All because you believed in the idea that Bruce was still alive. But on top of that though, because you went all dark and crazy, now your entire family could be dead. Look at what the mess you made, my dude. Now, of course, you have Tim say, you're correct. I did make mistakes. This is all my fault. But at the same time, I'm trying to fix it right now. And so I need your help, Stephanie. Also your help too, Prue. And of course, you do have both ladies agree to help him out to deal with Ra's al Ghul and to protect the ones he cared for the most. And we do get another page with Tam Fox. And right now, this is Tam Fox going back over to the secret base that belongs to Tim Drake to hopefully find him. Now, of course, when she does arrive at the base, we kind of find out that apparently there is an assassin there waiting. Now, we have no idea if this assassin was put there to kill off Tim Drake or to go after her. Either way, right now, you have the assassin as Ra's al Ghul. What do you want me to do with her? And of course, Ra's al Ghul says, just wait. Just wait for right now. But then we jump over to Ra's al Ghul and also Hush. And right now, you have Ra's al Ghul telling Hush, listen, I want you to do one simple thing for me. And once you do that one simple thing, I'll leave you alone. So please help me out. Oh, by the way, you have no choice because if you say no, I'm going to kill you. And so you better say yes. And matter of fact, if you do, it'll be very easy and simple. But then we jump back over to Red Robin, also Batgirl, and of course Prue as well, arriving back at his secret base in Gotham City. Now here's the thing though, when they do arrive, Tim had already left. So right now he has no idea that she is looking for him right now. Either way, when they do arrive, of course it's them wondering what is going to be their next move. Now unfortunately though, you have Stephanie realize something is actually wrong here. And what I mean by that is you have Stephanie look out the window, and when she does see something, which then we see the entire building get blown up. Just like that. And so at first we're left to believe that Stephanie, Tim, and Prue, they're dead. They're no longer around. But of course, this is a superhero book. And of course, they're not dead because you have Red Robin say that he was able to set up a bomb that he put underneath the floor that leads to an underground area in this building. And of course, when he did that, all the bombs that hit the house missed them completely, and they were able to drop down into this secret area. Now, of course, once they do that though, they are confronted by a bunch of assassins that were actually sent by Ra's al Ghul to go ahead and kill off Tim Drake. But at the same time, if they're not able to get him, then go after the loved ones of Tim Drake. And so right now it's Stephanie, Tim, and also of course Prue having to fight against these guys and to hopefully survive against these guys, because apparently these guys right here are some top assassins in the League of Assassins. But to close on the third chapter of the storyline, we do pick up with Tam Fox, and right now we see her going over to Wayne Manor. Now when she does go over to Wayne Manor, this is her right now hoping to find Tim here. The problem is though, she finds Vicky Vale instead, and when it comes to Vicky, she's still right now trying to investigate Bruce and his family. And of course she overheard that Tim is looking for, of course, Tim Drake. And so right now it's Vicky saying, hey, who are you? Like, matter of fact, why are you here? Why are you here right now looking for Tim Drake? Matter of fact, aren't you the daughter of Lucius Fox? Why is the daughter of the person in charge of Wayne Enterprise right now looking for Tim Drake? What in the world is going on? And of course, while you have the two ladies right now having this conversation, there is a sniper about to shoot off Tam right now, or technically Vicky as well. And so that is the moment where we dive into the fourth chapter of this storyline, where of course we actually pick up with Barbara Gordon. Now when we do, this is Barbara right now calling up Dick Grayson and telling him, hey man, listen, Tim is back in Gotham. But at the same time, him and Stephanie are right now technically going through something, and I have no idea what. Now, of course, while she's trying to call up Dick Grayson, well, that is the moment where someone has broke into the Batcave, which means that a member of the League of Assassins could be coming after her right now. And of course, that is the moment where we actually do jump back over to Vicky Vale and of course Tam Fox. And when we do, the same thing right now that's happening to Barbara Gordon is happening right now to them two, where technically this is Ra's al Ghul saying, go after every single target at once, because that is the best idea, the perfect idea. Go after each of the targets and try your best to kill them all off at once, because if you do that right there, it'll be hard for Tim Drake to be able to save every single person all at once. And so right now, with the sniper who's right now trying to kill Vicky Vale and Tam Fox, you do have the two ladies being able to dodge the first bullet. But now they have to run because that sniper is going to try one more time to make sure he does hit his target. But then we jump back over to Tim, Stephanie, and also Prue, where right now you have the three characters working together to fight against the forces of Ra's al Ghul, his assassins, his top tier assassins. Well, really, I'll say like middle tier or second to highest. Either way right now, you do have the assassins right now coming after Tim Drake, Stephanie, and of course also Prue as well. And so with the three characters right now, they're trying their best to actually defend themselves against these assassins. But Tim Drake realized what's happening right now, that technically right now, this is Ra's al Ghul coming after every single person he cares for. And of course right now, it's Tim right now needing to know which assassin has been assigned to which person. Of course, for Alfred, for Leslie, for also Tam, for also Vicky, and the list goes on and on and on. Heck, even Bruce Wayne and also, not Bruce Wayne, sorry, Dick Grayson and also Damian Wayne. And so right now, this is Red Robin saying, I have to get out of this battle because right now, my friends and family, they need me. I need to get out of this situation and end this battle right now. And matter of fact, he's correct because right now you technically have Vicky Vale and Tam Fox running for their lives here because right now this sniper is trying his best to make sure he does kill off the two of them. And so right now it shows that Tim Drake, he has to hurry up right now because technically at the moment right now, everyone he cares for is about to be killed off by some member of the League of Assassins. Now here's the thing though, because when it comes to Tim Drake, he always has something else up his sleeve to basically help him overcome a certain kind of situation. It really shows that Batman taught him well, but at the same time, Tim Drake kind of took those lessons and evolved himself as a character, as a hero. But then we jump back over to Tim, Stephanie, and also Prue. And when we do, we kind of find out that they were actually able to get rid of the assassins that worked for Ra's al Ghul, that were sent after them. Now, with that being said, that is the moment where they are actually confronted by Batman and Robin. Now, of course, this is Dick Grayson Batman, and of course, that is Damian. Now, with that being said, when they do arrive here, of course, right now, you have Dick say, Barbara told me that you and Stephanie right now are going through something. What in the world right now is going on? Now remember, the last time these two characters saw each other, Dick and Tim got fired by Dick as Robin, but at the same time though, Dick did not believe that Bruce was still alive. Tim did believe, but not Dick. And so right now, these two characters are technically at odds. But at the same time though, it's Tim right now not trying to ask other people to help him out. Because right now, he truly believes that he should be able to handle this kind of situation. Even though we already know, Homeboy really can't. He should go ahead and ask for help. But then you have Damian kind of freak out. And the reason why, because Damian recognized Prue as an assassin that belongs to the League of Assassins. And let's not forget, at this point right now, there's bad blood between Damian and his old family. And so of course right now, when he sees Prue, he wants to attack her. And you do have Tim step in, and it kind of does lead into a battle between Damian and Tim once again. But then we jump back over to Hush, who's still right now pretending to be, of course, Bruce Wayne. And right now we kind of find out that apparently Ra's al Ghul wants Hush to do something very easy. And it seems like right now he's going towards the bank, which means that right now, technically, Ra's al Ghul wants Hush to pretend as Bruce Wayne to access Bruce Wayne's money, and of course to give that money over to Ra's al Ghul as a way to hurt the Waynes in a different kind of way. But then we jump back over to Vicky Vale and also Tam Fox. Now, when we do see the two characters right now working together to basically take down the assassin that was sent after them by Ra's al Ghul. Now, here's the thing though, because we cannot forget that Vicky Vale right now is trying to figure out what in the world is going on with the Bruce Wayne family, especially Tim Wayne, or Tim Drake Wayne, who was gone for a good period of time. And so right now she's kind of like, Tim, you came here looking for Tim. Why? Why in the world are you here looking for Tim? Now let's not forget, Tam Fox knows that technically Tim Drake is of course Red Robin, because at the end of Volume 2, really in the entire storyline of Volume 2, she learned right off the bat that technically he was Red Robin. Now with that being said though, she knows she cannot tell Vicky that at all as a way to protect him, but to also protect the rest of the Bat family. And so she makes up a huge lie to tell Vicky Vale. Here's the problem though. Vicky is a reporter, and so anything you tell her, she is going to run with it. And of course, you have Tim tell Vicky that her and Tim are actually engaged. And that right there is going to lead into a problem in a later storyline. But here's the thing though, because you also have Stephanie Brown appear to kind of make sure the assassin was taken care of, but at the same time, she overheard that Tim and Tam are engaged. Even though it's technically not true, Stephanie has no idea about that. And Stephanie right now believed earlier that her and Tim might be able to work things out. But right now she's hearing that her ex is actually engaged to this other woman that she just met right now. But then we jump back over to Batman, Robin, and of course also Red Robin and Prue. And when we do, it's them right now trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Really more Batman and Robin, because Red Robin knows what's happening right now. So does Prue. But when it comes to Batman and Robin, they have no idea what's happening right now. And so of course right now you have our heroes wondering, hey Red, when are you going to tell us what in the world is happening right now? And of course, that is the moment he says, listen, you just have to trust me, but please stay alive. I'm going to call you, but I have to go right now, because now I know what Ra's al Ghul is trying to do. And so you have Red Robin leave without telling Batman nor Robin what in the world is happening right now. And technically, this is a way to lead up to the final chapter of this storyline, which honestly does wrap up the first year of Red Robin. And what I mean by that is because right now you have Ra's al Ghul saying everything is in place. Sooner or later, people are going to die. And we see all the different characters right now who could possibly die by the hands of the League of Assassins. So of course, you have Damien, you have Dick, Barbara, Stephanie, Lucius Fox, Alfred, Julie Madison, Vicky Vale, Selena Kyle, Jim Gordon. All these different characters right now are technically targets. Now, here's the thing though, because when we do jump over to Ra's al Ghul, it's him right now saying they're all gonna die. This is where we see what Tim Drake will actually do. We will see if he actually is a great detective like Bruce Wayne. Now, of course, he's saying this right now to someone else, and we have no idea who this other person is. But apparently it's some kind of lady, and right now, she's also watching Tim Drake as well. But she leaves Ra's al Ghul by himself to get ready for the final chapter of this storyline. And so then we get into the final chapter of this storyline. Now, when we do, it's actually a very big moment. And the reason why, because technically right now, you have Tim Drake confronting Ra's al Ghul. Now, when he does confront Ra's al Ghul, this is Tim Drake right now telling Ra's al Ghul that you failed. That basically I was able to stop you, because what Tim Drake did was he was able to call in some reinforcements to help protect the targets of Ra's al Ghul. And so right now, every single person that was actually close to Tim Drake, they're right now being protected by different heroes that Tim Drake was very close to. And so right now, every single assassin that Ra's al Ghul had in Gotham had technically just failed right now. And so it comes down to Ra's al Ghul to fight off Tim Drake. And you have Ra's al Ghul say, fine, you may have been able to actually stop my assassins, but here's the thing though, you're right now in my office, and with you being in my office right now, that means I have all the fair chances to go ahead and basically take you down myself. And so it does lead into a battle between Ra's al Ghul and Red Robin. And so this leads into a battle between Ra's al Ghul and Red Robin. Now, when it comes to this battle, they do go back and forth. But here's the thing though, Ra's al Ghul is a well-trained assassin. This man has been alive for at least hundreds of years. And so right now, this man has seen so many different fighting styles that it's hard for Red Robin to actually win this battle. And remember, Ra's al Ghul was able to go toe-to-toe with Batman. And so right now, is Red saying, there's no way I should have thought I'll be able to actually take on Ra's al Ghul, because this is not a fair fight for myself. And right now you have Ra's al Ghul trying to kill off Red Robin, except that is the moment where you have Red Robin say, you can't kill me off. And the reason why? Because I know that you were trying to get the money out of Bruce Wayne accounts into your accounts. And unfortunately, Hush can no longer do that. And so, of course, Ra's al Ghul, realizing that technically he had failed, that Red Robin had won almost any way possible, you actually do have Ra's al Ghul kick Red Robin out the window. Now, of course, this is him right now, and Tim thinking, okay, you know what? I am basically going to die here. This is my end, but at least I was able to protect my family, the ones I love, and of course, Bruce Wayne's company. But at the very last second, you actually see Batman, of course, being Dick Grayson, come in at the very last second, being able to actually grab Red Robin, saving his life. But technically, this does end the battle between Red Robin and Ra's al Ghul. Now, we kind of find out that after Batman had saved Red Robin, he did pass out for a couple days. Now, when he does wake back up, he is confronted by the Bat family. So, of course, Damian, Dick, Alfred, and Stephanie. Now, when he does wake up, they're kind of like, hey, man, question for you. Are you engaged? Now, this is actually very important because let's not forget, earlier in the storyline, Vicky Vale was technically interviewing Tam Fox to figure out why in the world Tam Fox was looking for Tim Drake at Wayne Manor. And Tam told Vicky that apparently her and Tim are engaged. And of course, with Vicky being a reporter, she told her boss, like, hey, I got a big scoop. Tim Drake Wayne is engaged to Tam Fox. And of course, it's front page news. And so when he wakes back up, you have Dick, Stephanie, and Damian show him, hey bro, so you're engaged, dude? Like, when did this happen? Like, when did y'all meet? How did this happen? What in the world is going on right now? Especially for Stephanie, because, you know, her being the ex and everything, she's kind of like, yeah, Tim, when did this happen? And this is where things get a tad bit crazier. And what I mean by that is we actually do pick up right now with Ra's al Ghul. Now, when we do, it's Ra's al Ghul right now meeting up with some mysterious lady. Now, when they do meet up, right now you have our mysterious character right now talking to Ra's al Ghul about the idea that if Tim Drake was ever to have a child, that child will be very, very worthy. And of course, right now it seems like whoever this mysterious lady is, right now, their goal is to get a child of Tim Drake. Even though at this point in DC Comics, I want to say he's like in his late teenage years or early college days. Either way right now, apparently Ra's al Ghul believes that if Tim Drake has a child, that child will be something special. But then we get this flashback. Now, when it comes to this flashback, apparently it's the moment where Tim Drake begins to realize that Bruce Wayne is not dead, that in reality, Bruce Wayne is still alive. And so, of course, this moment right here could be the moment where that technically kicked off the idea of Tim Drake saying, Bruce Wayne is alive and I have to find him. But this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.